What's up, everybody? This is Anthony here, and today we're going to be doing another oil change, this time on a 2005 Pontiac Sunfire. This model car is a little bit different than the other Sunfires that I've, maybe you've seen my other video where I'm changing oil out in a 2000 one. That's fine. If not, then be sure to look out for it. But anyway, this is a 2005 Pontiac Sunfire. Per usual, I'm going to be telling you at the end of the video all the tools you're going to need. And right now I'm going to walk you through the process. First couple of steps. Before I even jack the car up or anything, I like to do the upper work up here. Step number one, get you a flathead screwdriver or a knife and loosen these guys right here. Per usual with the others, I've already pre-loosened everything, so it's like you shouldn't be able to just do this by hand. You should actually need some type of a tool, but I've already loosened them, so this is step number one. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to, loosen that. Then I'm going to take this off, and then the oil filter is down in here. So let me take this off, and then I'll go to step number two, okay? Alright, folks, so step number one was loosen these right here. Loosen that right there, and that right there with some type of a flathead, a knife or a flathead screwdriver. It was sitting in like this. You just pull it, maneuver it, pull it out. Step number two, this is the oil filter right here. Now, I'm not going to take it all the way out because I just want to loosen it before I, that way that's less time the car has to be up on the jacks. I like to take these guys come in very handy, little like vice grip things. Just literally, hold on, I'm trying to do this with two hands so y'all can see it. Okay, see if you got a grip on it, and if you heard that, and then see that it's moving. Let me see if I can do that again. God damn it. Hold on. Alright. Okay. Now it's got a good grip on there, and you're just going to turn it that way. So basically, you want to keep doing that, and then you can eventually unscrew it by hand. So now that I've got the the top thing that goes to the air filter off, and I've got the oil filter seal broken, I'm not going to loosen it all the way. I just want to kind of get it started. Next, I'm going to be jacking the car up, and then you're going to need an oil pan, you're going to need your quarts of oil, and an oil filter. I've got a jack right here. This is an old school one, but that alone I wouldn't trust. I've got two jack stands right here that I'm going to be supporting it with, as well as in here I'm going to have put the oil in there. And I've got about 4 quarts of oil and an oil filter that's going to go in this vehicle, and of course sockets and all that good stuff. So now I'm going to be jacking the vehicle up, and I'll show you the end result here in a minute. Alright, folks, so I'm actually underneath the jacked up vehicle. As you can see, it's got the old school jack. I really don't feel too comfortable with that one by itself, so it is supported by 2 jack stands. If you're using one of those old jacks, be patient because they take forever to lift the car up. So you got the car supported. Now what do you do next? Now you got your socket wrench. You got your socket wrench right here. And in this case in particular, you're going to need a 15mm bolt attached to it. Just attaches on the front right here. This right here is the oil pan right there. Well, the oil drain plug. Basically, what you're going to do, take your socket, put it on here, and turn it that way. Turn it that way. Because basically you want the bolt right here to turn counterclockwise. Again, I've already pre-loosened it, so I'm just going to do the rest by hand. You're turning it left or counterclockwise, and then as you can probably see, the Drain plug is coming loose right there. Now you can also see the oil starting to drip out. This right here is a must. A bucket or something to drip the oil down into so it doesn't get all over the ground, folks. We're going to go ahead and let the oil drip out. I've got the drain plug safe right here on the cardboard, which is one of the tools that I recommend using, because you don't want to lay down on the ground and get your clothes all messed up. And also you don't want shit to go all over the ground. Okay, folks, so now got the oil dripping down into the bin, whatever you want to call it. You just need something for the oil to drip down into. Next, we're going to finish loosening this. This is the oil filter. Let's go ahead and, on this vehicle, you already saw me loosen it earlier. Just take it out. Again, turning it that way. So, I hope you can see what I'm doing. And voila. Here it is. This is the old oil filter right here. On this vehicle, it's going to be on the inside of the car. I mean, the inside of the car. It's going to be one where you snap down into. And to get it out, just simply pull it out. See? This is your old oil filter. This will be discarded. We're going to need this back because we're going to put the new filter in here. And so I just sit that right there. Make sure there's no dirt on the outside. I don't know if you saw me blowing the leaves off, but you don't want dirt and crap getting mixed in. So got the oil draining. We're gonna let that drain. I'm gonna go ahead and break out the new oil filter and the new start pulling everything, getting everything in place so I can start pouring new oil in there. And then I'll show you the next step. All right, folks, I've got the new filter on here and the new I don't know if you can see the new, I forget the name of the rubber part that comes. I forget the rubber part, but it comes with another rubber liner type deal. I cannot think of the name of the part, but it'll be in the bag with your filter. Okay, so I got the new one in here. Just push it down in there till it snaps in place. Then we're gonna see right there. What I'm going to do is wipe that out. Excuse that, I just got a text message. I'm going to wipe that off, and then I'm going to put this back in place and screw it. And by the time I get done with that, the oil should be done draining, in which case I'm going to wipe off the oil drain plug and put it back in there. Tighten it, but don't over tighten it. Make sure it's tight enough to where it gets a good snug, it's not going to, make sure it's tight enough to where it's not going to drip out when the vehicle is either sitting or idling or running. You don't want the oil dripping out. But at the same time, you don't want to go He-Man on it and overdo it, because then it'll be incredibly hard to get it out next time, and you'll wind up breaking the plug. So I'm going to do everything I just said. I'm going to wipe down here. I'm going to screw this back in place, and I'm going to wipe down the oil drain plug. Real quick, folks, I forgot to tell you, before you screw this back in, you want to take some of the new oil, just put some on your finger, and go around here with it. Go around here with the new oil, and then you screw it back on. Now what that does, it helps to get a better seal on your vehicle, and just helps things out in general. So now I'm going to do everything I just said, okay? Alright, folks, here we go. Oil filter is back on there. It's nice and secure. I also put this back on. Here we go. These are nice and tight. As you can tell by this guy right here. As you loosen it, this goes down. As you tighten it, it comes back up. See right here? That's this part right here. See it? That is above the screw. Yeah, the screw is pretty tight in there. And then underneath, well, first I'll show you this. This is the old oil. Hazardous, and you can't just throw it away. You have to dispose of it properly, and I'm going to show you how to do that. at the end, but there it is. Drain plug is back in there. It is no longer dripping. Now, the vehicle, okay, the old oil is out, the new oil filter is on, drain plug's closed and tightened. Now, what do? To get new oil in this vehicle, right here, on top of the engine usually, just unscrew it, take it off. Always check right here. It should tell you what kind of engine oil to use. Right here it says SAE 5W30. It should say on your engine, but if it does not, then check your owner's manual. And if your vehicle doesn't have an owner's manual, take it to an auto parts store. Or give them the specifics of your vehicle, like, you know, Pontiac Sunfire 2.2 If you don't know all that, just give them the VIN number and they can look it up to your specific car, not just the make and model. Now, that being said, I'm going to take, this vehicle takes 4 of these. I bought 5. I'm not pouring 5 in. You do not want to put too much oil in your vehicle. I like to have a 5th one. I always like to have one as a backup, just in case the oil starts to go out. So it starts to get low, whatever. So right now, what I'm going to do is take this off. Now, sometimes you need a funnel, but given how that is, I don't need the funnel. I don't know if you can see down in there. I'm just going to pour 4 quarts directly down in there. This funnel will come into play, however, when I show you how to dispose of the oil. So let me get this oil put in here, and then I will show you how to dispose of it. So there is a specific way. Alright, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts of oil are back in the vehicle. Take your cap, screw it back on. You don't want this stuff shooting out everywhere, because it will when I start this. The next step I recommend doing, there we go. I'm trying to make sure y'all see what I'm doing. Okay, cap's back on. Now I recommend starting the vehicle and letting it run. Why? To get the oil circulating through the engine, to get the oil circulating through the oil filter, and also to make sure that it's not leaking anywhere. So with that being said and done, that's what I'm going to do. Now, and the vehicle is running, as you can see. No leaking. So, looks like a successful oil change. Okay, folks, last step of it. The oil change is done. New oil's in, the car's running, nothing's dripping, everything's put away. Now, what to do with this old oil? I can't show you this live action like I wanted to, because it's just, I'm showing you how to do this by yourself. Remember I told you this funnel will come into play? Now is where it does. Take your funnel and one of the old oil cans, stick your funnel down in there. Basically what you're going to do is lift this guy up, pour it, and it's going to require 2 hands, which is why I can't show you me doing it in live action. Pour that oil into this funnel. Okay, sorry. Realize y'all can't see. Pour that oil down into the funnel. Face the bottle, so the clear side, so you can see the clear side, because reason being is so you can see it as the oil starts to fill up here. You don't want to overfill or it's going to go everywhere. So once it gets about right here, just stop. Put the cap on the oil bottle, set it aside, grab a new bottle, repeat the process until that oil is gone and these are filled up. Then what do you do with all that afterwards? How do you dispose of it? You can't just throw it in the dumpster. Typically, just take it back to your auto parts store or an auto parts store near you. Chances are you got this stuff from an auto parts store and they will take it back. They will take the old oil and the filters, and if you're doing transmission jobs, they'll take those as well, but at least some of them will. But transmissions are a whole nother video. Just when you're done, putting the old oil, siphoning it back into these. Take these full of the dirty old oil and the filter back down to your auto parts store, and they will dispose of it properly. A lot of times it's free of charge, and it's just the legal and the legal way to do things. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and finish this process, and then that'll be it for this video. If you like the content of this video, first off, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you like the content of this video and maybe want to see more, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a great deal. Then go back through and watch some of my old videos and share them, share this one, whatever. As usual, comments, questions, concerns, feel free to hit me up. Thank you for watching and have a good day, everybody. Bye.